Russia's bombing campaign continues to terrorize civilian areas, and forces are inching closer to the capital of Ukraine. The war is personal for one New York City journalist who just returned from Kyiv. CBS 2's Jessica Moore is in our newsroom to explain. Jess?
Well, Dana, this journalist had covered every imaginable scenario except a war in her home country. That all changed when she flew to Kyiv and started documenting the Russian invasion. Russian forces target a boarding school for blind children and bomb even more hospitals across Ukraine as Russia's brutal assault on civilians continues. President Zelensky visited some of the victims of Russia's latest attacks inside a hospital in Kyiv, where a young girl cries in disbelief as he hands her flowers. Stunning video shows the savagery of war. Russian forces hit dense city centers, adding to the constantly rising number of Ukrainian casualties. The State Department now confirms an American citizen was killed in a civilian attack on the city of Chernihiv. Meanwhile, a line of cars stretches for miles outside Mariupol as desperate Ukrainians try to escape, joining the 3.1 million who already have.
I'm now on the way to Budapest.
Ukrainian-born freelance journalist Olia, known as Scootercaster online, found herself in a similar refugee caravan just a couple of weeks ago, documenting the harrowing journey to safety.
I am very exhausted.
People were terrified. They were confused.
Olia left her home in Astoria, Queens, and flew to her hometown of Kyiv just before the invasion.
It's the country that I'm from. It felt like I have to be there, I should be there, and I should report about it.
Her grandparents are still there, hiding inside this makeshift bomb shelter.
How devastating was that for you to see the fighting happening in the place where you were born?
It's heartbreaking to see your hometowns destroyed.
Olia spent weeks documenting the atrocities of war on the streets where she used to play, and says she plans to return to Ukraine soon, despite the ever-increasing threat.
What motivates you to want to go back right now?
I keep feeling like I haven't told the full story yet. I don't even know how to describe the emotion. It was extremely hard to see what was happening to my hometown. It's like, your heart just gets ripped out.
Yeah.
And all I can do is just keep telling everybody's story.
Olia says she checks in with her grandparents every day and has urged them to leave the country, but they are committed, like so many others are, to staying in their home. She also told me nearly all of the refugees she interviewed are determined to return to Ukraine, no matter what's left and no matter how long it takes. Dana?
Jessica, thank you. Stay with CBS 2 News and CBS News New York for the latest developments on the war in Ukraine. If you'd like to help, we have resources on our website at cbsnewyork.com. Just click on links and numbers.